What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day today. Getting into this episode of GH, once again, Peter's arrogance and cockiness is going to be his downfall. Once again, his arrogance is about to take him out. He was a fool. See, he tried to prove to Britt and show Britt, oh, I'm powerful. I got power. Let me show you what my power can do. And look what happened. Look what happened. Your power is about to be turned against your ass because that was a stupid move. This fool went down there, showed Drew. He pulled out that Tower Tarot card and used the code word and stuff to activate him. And he ordered Drew to slice his own arm and stuff, like just to show Britt his power and how he can control Drew. Um, that was his downfall because now Jason, Britt, and Drew now know how he's controlling Drew, and they know the card that he's using to deactivate him, basically to pull him out of the trance. You know what I mean? They know the code words, they know the phrases, they know the cards that he's using. They have all that to their advantage now. That was stupid as hell on Peter's part. So arrogant and stupid. Um, and now you already know they're gonna formulate a plan to get Drew. I mean to get Peter. Because now if he tries to put Drew under, they can use that to their advantage. Like Jason can whisper or get close enough to him to say the code word to get him out of that trance or whatever, or Britt can steal the card. You know, there's a bunch of different ways they can do this. Um, and Drew can even pretend once Jason gets him out of the control, he can pretend to still be under the control. And we all know that Drew, not Drew, but Peter is dumb enough to hand him a weapon if he thinks that he's under. So if he thinks Drew's under, Drew can use that to his advantage to take a weapon and shoot him or stab him. That's smart as hell. Very smart. I said, thank God somebody is using their brain. They're paying attention. I said, good job. Y'all are paying attention. Good. Now y'all can finally take his ass down. I always knew it because Peter is an arrogant son of a bitch. So arrogant. And usually your arrogance can be your downfall. But I don't think Peter is going to die. I don't think he's going to be gone for long. I think they're going to do something just enough to neutralize him for the time being. Because at the end of the day, like I said yesterday, they need new villains on the show because we don't have Jerry Jacks right now. Jerry's still alive, but he's on the run somewhere because remember, he broke out of prison. Helena, as far as we know, she's dead. As far as we know, Faison is dead. So we need some new generation villains. We need them. And I think Peter can definitely be one. He can be that villain that comes back every now and then to raise a little hell and they find a way to get rid of him, you know, like Helena and all them did. We're gonna need it, you know? And I think he could be a good villain, for the time being. So anyway, moving on from that. I am so not surprised that Michael reacted the way that he reacted when Sonny told him and Carly about Miss Wu's request. I'm not shocked. Michael was pissed. Michael was baffled that Sonny would even go along with this. Um and not want to retaliate against Brad. I can understand where Michael's coming from. And Sonny saw that anger in Michael. And he even told Carly, like, he was like, I haven't seen this side of Michael in a long time since the AJ mess. Um, I understand where Michael's coming from. Totally. I totally get it. But Michael needs to tread lightly on this one. And I mean that because, and I say that because Miss Wu is nothing to play with. You know what I mean? And Sonny gave his word on this. Even though, like I said before, I felt like it was premature for him to speak for the family because we all know how Michael and Carly are. They want their pound of flesh. They want revenge. So speaking for them is not a good idea because you don't know what they're going to do. You know what I mean? And if Michael breaks the truce or he breaks what Sonny said to Miss Wu by going after Brad, it's going to cause problems. And the last thing the Corinthos family need right now is another war. They already had to deal with Cyrus. They had to deal with Bushima. They had to deal with Novak. You know, they finally got behind all that stuff. You don't need another enemy right now, especially when one of your allies could become your enemy. And Mrs. Wu is a great ally to have. I don't think they want problems with her. Because she seemed like, she respects Sonny and she likes Sonny and he likes her. But don't get it twisted. Miss Wu she looked like she will give you the business if you piss her off. Like, I seen the look that she gave Sonny yesterday when he refused to, give her the request that she wanted. But I think Sonny was more than fair in what he said in terms of he won't stop Brad. If Brad gets parole on his own merits, he won't stop it. And he won't physically do anything to him. I think that was a fair trade. You know what I mean? Michael has every right to go to the parole hearing and talk on behalf, as a victim, and talk on behalf of his son and what he went through and what his family went through, what his son went through. He has every right to do that. But, Sonny was just asking him, like, don't pull any behind the scenes stunts to make sure that Brad stays in prison. Like, just don't do that, because he promised Miss Wu he wouldn't. That the family wouldn't do it. I don't know if Michael's going to hold up to what Sonny promised her, though. That's the only thing. Because we know how Michael thinks. Like, he's very methodical in his thinking, calculating. We don't know. Plus, he's highly pissed off right now. So it's going to be a battle. Like, even Carly looking at Sonny like she don't recognize him at all. And Sonny's starting to notice that, I guess, when he was talking to Carly, because Carly was saying something to the effect of, once the genie is out of the bottle, it's hard to put it back in. And Sonny started to suspect that she wasn't talking about Michael no more. No, she talking about your ass. That's what she talking about. She talking about you. Because you done changed. And I don't think Carly's too much liking this new version of him. I like it, me personally, because Sonny still has that ruthlessness to him, but he's thinking more. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely thinking more. He's thinking more to it, though. I think he's thinking more methodically and stuff to an extent. I don't necessarily agree with him about the Brad situation. Brad do need to pay. I mean, spending 18 months in jail for what he did, I don't think it's payment enough. But like I said, you don't want to piss off Miss Wu at this point, because you don't need no more enemies. Like, the family has already been through enough. And like I said, that woman looked like she don't play no games, so I wouldn't want to be on her bad side. I'm just saying, like, that's not a side that I would want to be on. Anyway, I'm glad that Harmony met up with Willow, even though they kind of bumped into each other at the Metro Court. I got irritated when Harmony was saying, "Oh, if this makes you uncomfortable, I'll leave." I hate when people do that, because Sean did that. I mean, not Sean. Austin did that when he bumped into Olivia at the Savoy. He did the same thing. "Oh, I'll just leave." No. That's one thing I don't do. I don't tuck and run from nobody. It's, we all live in the same town. It's like, why would you feel the need to leave because your mere presence made someone uncomfortable? If they don't like you, they don't like you. But I'm not going to tuck tail and run. Absolutely not. And I'm glad, Willow told Harmony, you know what? No, you shouldn't have to leave. Stay. I want you to stay. And I'm glad that, they talked and they caught up and stuff. And, Willow was updating her about what's going on in her life and about her, and Chase no longer being together. I'm glad that they had a conversation, and it was sad when Harmony offered Wiley some candy and he was like, "Oh, I don't take candy from strangers." I was sad by that scene. I mean, I was happy, but sad, because I was happy that the boy is smart enough, to learn these things at a young age. Like, don't take nothing from strangers. Don't talk to strangers. I get it. But I'm glad, Willow told him, Harmony's not going to be a stranger, whatever. Like, she's not technically a stranger, kind of trying to explain to him. And I'm glad, because I really do hope that Harmony can be a part of Wiley's life. I mean, technically, she is his adoptive grandmother, so hopefully she can play a part, as long as she keep her nose clean and stay out of trouble, But I hope so. I really hope that her and Willow can bridge this gap between them. And since Willow is the turn the other cheek kind of person, hopefully she takes advice that she's been given and gives Harmony another chance. And it looks like that's what she's doing. Because when Michael walked up when Harmony was leaving, he wasn't too convinced. But, Willow had to convince him that, Harmony came in peace and that everything's good. You could tell Willow was a little irritated when Michael did not immediately tell her what the conversation with Sonny was about. I'm torn, though. I'm going to tell you why. I understand Willow's his girl again and stuff, but y'all not married. If my dad wanted to have a conversation with me in private, well, with me and my mom, I don't feel obligated to tell you what the conversation involved. I don't feel obligated to really tell you that. But in this case, Michael should tell her because it does involve Wiley, because of Brad. So he does have to kind of, tell her about it. But under any other circumstance, I wouldn't feel the need to tell you. You ain't my wife, so you know. If me and my parents had a private convo, now if it's not about the kid, I wouldn't feel the need to tell you. But since it's about Wiley, I feel like Michael should definitely, tell her. And he was like, I'm gonna tell you later on. We're gonna talk about it later and whatnot. But you could tell she was a little irritated that he didn't tell her right now. Like, because you could tell she wanted to know, like, right here, right now. But he was like, nah, we'll talk about it later. Because she don't like feeling shut out by him. So hopefully he stay true to his word and he does tell her. So anyway, moving on from that, that damn Maxie and BLQ, they done hired some dude named Kip to, well, pretend to be her baby daddy or whatever, the real father of baby Bailey, aka baby Louise. Um, I was looking, I said, what in the Oscar reject? Where did they find this man? Apparently Nina referred him or whatever. I was like, I don't know, because his acting seemed. I was like, no, we're not going to use him. Well, of course, he did convince Gladys, but that ain't nothing to brag about. Because they bumped into Gladys at the Metro Court, and here go Gladys. Oh, I got a list of demands. I got more demands. I'm like, Gladys, go sit your ass down. Here she go with her damn demands. So of course, Kip is with her. Kip takes the credit card, BLQ's credit card, away from Gladys. And he was lying, talking about his name was Paulie, trying to act like he's some dangerous guy, some mafioso or something. And at first, Gladys was not pressed. She was like, listen, what you doing with this scum? She was not scared of him at all. So he ended up trying to act like a tough guy, smacking his hand down on the bar or whatever on the table. Then he tried to show her his gun and his waistband or whatever, trying to scare her. And Gladys had the nerve to say, oh, do you know who you're talking to? I said, Gladys, who is he talking to? Enlighten us. Enlighten the fans. Enlighten me. Who he talking to? Who are you that he need to be afraid of you? She really tried to play the Sonny card. Oh, Sonny Corinthos is my cousin. So, Sonny don't like you? Please, like Sonny gonna step to him for you. Please. Sonny will probably pay him to shoot you. Shit, Sonny don't care nothing about you. Especially after the shenanigans you've been pulling since he been gone. He really don't care nothing about you. It was super hilarious though. Like him sitting there lying, talking about, oh, I'm the baby daddy or whatever. So I guess it worked. And Gladys, was taking out her phone. BLQ told her, delete that audio. And she tried to say, oh, I was lying. I don't have copies or whatever. I wouldn't trust her. I would not trust her. Ain't no way in the world you only got one copy of that audio. Like, you only got one. You ain't got no backups. I don't believe that crap. So BLQ felt like she won this round. She was like, oh, I'll see you at work tomorrow, bright and early. I'm like, yeah, you may have won that round, but you definitely ain't win the war. Like, this whole plan is about to blow up in her face, her and Maxie. Because Maxie bumped into Austin or whatever at the hospital, and they were talking and stuff like that. And he was telling her about a support group that she could go to, that would help her after, losing her daughter and stuff. And she blurted out that her daughter wasn't lost. So, of course, Austin was like, what do you mean? Like, curious, as anyone would be. So she had to quickly cover that shit up and was like, oh, I just meant that she's alive. I know that she's alive. So Austin later saw her giving money to the dude Kip that they hired. Seen her giving him money and stuff like that. Austin's going to look into this. Like, Gladys is going to run her big mouth to him and he going to piece everything together. And I know that he seemed like he's sweet on Maxie, but if it means getting revenge on BLQ, he may just chuck up his feelings for Maxie, just toss those to the side to get his revenge. Because I don't think he's going to keep his mouth shut. Not even to protect her at this point. I don't think he will. So Maxie better be careful because this secret is about to come out. I don't think it's going to stay secret for too long. So anyway, this was a decent little episode. It felt like kind of like stuff were moving, but at the same time felt like a little bit of filler. But it was still decent though. It wasn't bad. We're finally getting somewhere with this Cassadine Island mess. So anyway, hit the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.